What's up, Pink Floyd fans? Thank you so much for tuning in to another free video from McCormick Guitar Lessons. I am Andrew McCormick. I will be an instructor today, teaching you Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. This one's highly requested, so I thought I'd go ahead and just give it away for free. Lucky you. This is the way that I play it and the way I teach it. It may sound a little slightly different from the record or from what someone else would do, but I've been playing it this way for about a decade and it sounds just fine. Anyways, without further ado, here's the structure of how this video is going to go. I'm going to go ahead and show you the intro. I'll play it all the way through, and then I'll zoom up and I'll break everything down for you and show you the parts. I'll do the exact same thing for the verse as well. So before we get started, if you're not already on my website, click McCormickGuitarLessons.com in the description, and it'll take you right to my website. Locate this video, and right below it will have the proper tabs so you can follow along. It'll be very easy. Alright, let's get started. Alright, let's break this sucker down. Okay, so we are zoomed up. I'm going to play up here. You usually want to play back here, but just for the sake of demonstration, as always, I'm going to get everything as close as I can so you can see it and understand what's happening. Okay, so I'm assuming you're looking at the tab on my website. Let's go ahead and play along. Now, to play this, I want you to just start with a G, an open major G chord shape. Okay, so our G major, right? We got our pinky right here on our first string, 3rd fret, ring fingers on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then we got our middle finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and we got the index finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, or the A string here. I like to play my G's this way with the ring finger right there. Some people like to play them this way. That's totally cool, but for this video, we're going to have to do it this way. Okay, so anyways, that's how you need to start your chord, or start the entire song essentially. So let me show you why. It's just for ease. It's for ease of play. So check this out. The first note is the bass note of the G, and then we've got the A string, 0, hammer on to the 2nd fret, and then we've got D string, the 4th string, open, and then 2nd fret. So all of that be very easy to play if we start with the G, just like I mentioned before. So that's why I like to start with that chord, even though we don't actually play it in the beginning. It's kind of a weird little thing you gotta do. So anyways, once you get through that lick, actually before I go too much farther, I want to break down that lick just a little bit more. The hammer-ons, you really have to hammer on it. That's a very important step. If it sounds like this, you're doing it wrong. You got to hit it harder. It's a hammer-on. It's titled that way for a reason. Okay, and then that last note, this 2, I recommend that you play it with your middle finger because it's going to be much easier to play the chord that follows that note. That chord is an E minor 7. Now if you're looking at the tab, you're going to see it in tab form. That E minor 7 is just like our G. We've got our pinky in the bass here on the 1st string, 3rd fret, ring finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then instead of the G shape here, we're going to switch this out, move our middle finger over to the 4th string of the 2nd fret. Okay? So it's exactly like a G, except we're moving our middle finger over to that note. And that's an E minor 7. So the lick goes right into that. Let's go ahead and take it from the top. Okay, and you'll notice I've got the arrows on this tab as well, making everything very easy for you. Just a down, down, up. Nice kind of a drifty, easy strum pattern. So, one more time. Okay, now moving on to the rest of this, it's very easy to play those 3 notes. We've got our 2nd fret of our D string. We're already playing it with our E minor 7. The next note is open, which is actually already happening here with our chord, and then back to our 2nd fret of our 4th string. So, and we don't have to move anything here, so it's nice and easy. That chord that follows that becomes the G though. So here we go. Okay, so from that point, we're doing this. 4th string, 2nd fret, 3rd string open, back to our 4th string, 2nd fret, and then we move our middle finger back to our G position, and we strum that once, and then we got another down, down, up. That will always be the case for our chords, and you'll see that as we continue. So altogether, that top line goes like this. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at the second line. We're coming from this G once again. It's going to do that top line twice, by the way, and you'll see that in the tab. So the second line will be done twice in a row as well, and it's going to look exactly like our top line for the first half. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you notice on the tab, everything's the same, right? As it was before. Now the second half is where it gets a little bit different. Here's how it goes. We're starting with our E minor 7 chord shape again, and we're going to play the 4th string 2nd fret. Then we'll play it open, same string, so same string, 4th string 2nd fret is 2nd boom, and then open. And then we've got 5th string 2nd fret, and then open. So altogether it's very, very simple. And the chord that follows that is a little bit different. Okay, it's going to be kind of a G/A chord shape, okay? And if you look at your tab, you'll see how to play it. Be down, down, up again for that chord. Here's how you play that chord. It's going to be a pinky finger again on the first string, 3rd fret. Ring finger will be on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And then, just like our E minor 7, but we just move everything down. So the middle finger will be on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Index finger will be on the 4th string, 2nd fret. So it's like a G/A kind of chord. Alright? That will be our last chord that we do for this intro. So altogether, that second line goes like this. And then just repeats. We do that twice in a row, just like our top line. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you the verse. The verse is pretty simple. It's a very straightforward strum pattern, very straightforward open chords. We've just got a G, a C, an A minor, and a D major. So it's pretty simple, nice and basic, but there's a little bit of a trick in it, and I'll show you that in a second. Before we get to that though, I do want to mention just this little interlude part that is played on the G major from that intro into the verse itself. It's listed on the tab, so you can see it there. It's a very weird strum pattern, I know. It starts with an up strum, but that's exactly how I'm hearing it. I'm pretty sure that's exactly how they're playing it. So in this particular case, I was very specific with playing it exactly like the song goes. So here is that little interlude in between the intro and to the verse. Okay? I'll play it and it'll make a little bit more sense in context. So it goes. So you think you can do, right? So it makes a little bit more sense. It's just kind of a weird strum pattern, but to get it memorized, you kind of want to think of it as if you stumbled into it. It's like a up, down, down, up, down, down, down. It's all about the feel on that. It's nice and slow, it's drifty. Okay, so slow songs, so take your time with it. But that right there is that little interlude piece with the G shape. Now, let's go ahead and break down the actual verse. I'm going to play this for you. Okay? let's zoom in and break this guy down. Alright, so just to break down that little interlude first, we'll go ahead and just do it slow. You can see it. It goes up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. To get the best sense of how to play that, I'd recommend maybe rewinding this video to see what I just did, or actually listening to the track. You'll hear it exactly like that. Okay, and make sure that's the G major shape, the new school one with the ring finger on the second string. Okay, so the verse goes like this. We're playing an interesting sequence of chords, okay? They're very simple, but the way they arrange them is a little bit different. What we have is let's just talk about the order. We've got a C major, then a D major, then an A minor, then a G major. Okay, we're not done. And then it goes D major, C major, A minor, G major. Now, you'll notice in the tab, there's a total of 8 chords, but we've got only 4 really that's happening. The arrangement is really different than what I've seen in a lot of songs, and I think that's part of what makes this song so cool. So what happens is it goes C, D, A minor, G, and then it hops over to D, C, A minor, G. And that's the whole verse. It just keeps doing that over and over, those 8 chords in that exact arrangement. The way that I memorized this years ago was I was like, oh, so just the C and the D change places every time. So we got C, D, A minor, G, and then D, C, A minor, G. And then back and go C, D, A minor, G, and again D, C, A minor, G. That's the whole verse. If you can remember that the C and the D swap out each time, you've got it down. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the actual strum pattern. The strum pattern is pretty much identical to what I'm hearing on the record as well. I tend to kind of fancy this up a little bit, but I'm going to show it to you just as it is on the record. So here we go. We're going to start with our C, and we're going to play this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay? One more time. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And it does that for all the chords. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the entire song now. D, there's that switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Comes A minor. And that's the verse, guys. Okay, guys, that was Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. I hope you enjoyed this video lesson. If you did, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And I would greatly appreciate that, you guys. Alright, have a good one.